I can see my reflection, or like on the glasses. That's terrible. That's terrible. Terrible. Worse. Blue's fine. How's white? What? Now we're cooking. I shouldn't bother, honestly. It's the last episode, anyways. It's okay. Welcome to the December quick album review. So yeah, this will be the last quick album review for a while, or at least for the time being. I don't know what I'll do next on the channel. I only know the two next videos are going to be my top 35 favorite songs of the year, and then my top 10 albums of the year. I kind of want to thank everyone who did watch this, who cared enough to at least give it a view. For some reason, I don't know how, but the November one has 124 views. I'm kind of shocked. I don't know if I should be. I don't know if it's like bots or not, or actual people who sat through it a bit. Either way, it was, I'll take it. I'll take it at this point. Hopefully, the people who did watch it, who did enjoy it, stick around. I don't know from what endeavors I'll do next, but we'll see. Before we get into the albums that I did listen to in December, I want to talk about one that was from June, I believe, the Smile album. So I've listened to this album many times by now. It's one of those records where I feel like I forget everything, but as soon as I listen to it, I do remember most of it, or I do seem to remember a lot of it. But as soon as it turns off, or just next day, I feel like most of it is past me, even though as soon as I hear a little bit of a snippet, I can remember it. While listening to it, yeah, it is a good experience. It is something that I do enjoy listening to, but it's not something I, at least at this point, could say is a amazing record, something that I will be cherishing for a while. I, in a way, don't want to like convert this into a Radiohead album, because it isn't. It is a Smile album. It is a Smile album, even though it has the two main Radiohead members, that being Tom York and Johnny Greenwood. I feel like there's still a lot missing for me to capture the full effect of it, the full meaning of it, and to remember for more than 10 minutes. So at this point it is a 7, but you know, who knows. And now to the albums from December, or that I did listen to in December. And starting off, Metro Boomin with Heroes and Villains. It's a decent album. I'm not the biggest fan of the sound though. Trap in a way is not really my thing, even though yeah, there are trap artists that I do enjoy listening to, aka Denzel Curry. But the biggest names in trap are not really my cup of tea. But I can get behind this. It is actually very good listen. 21 Savage is really good. I didn't know he was that good, or at least from what I remember him in the past. I always felt like he was not really my type. It seemed like, in a way, a too monotone mumble sound. He shows here that he has many qualities to his name, and that he is a great rapper, honestly. So a 6 for my behalf. Like said, it's decent, just not really always my cup of tea. Then SZNZ with SOS. It's again a decent album that I can point towards and say that it's worth listening to. For many people, it might be a hit or miss. I found it to be somewhere in the middle. It was nice, but I'm just not that big into it. I've never been a SZA fan, or at least never listened to her stuff. So maybe that's also one of my problems coming into this, that I not really know anything about her, maybe have more difficulties getting into this than other people. With all that said, at the end, it is a great pop effort that I will give a 7 out of 10 to. Then is a album, I believe, from June. I'm not entirely sure. It's Beyoncé Renaissance. It's either June or July. I forgot about it. But I decided to give it a listen during this month. And it's a really good pop dance record. I'm a little bit of a sucker for good pop. And it's one of those albums that I wouldn't mind hearing on the radio, like listening to if it came on the radio. I don't mind it. It's not something I will be coming back to every time, but there are songs on here that I can see myself coming back to often, or putting in a playlist, like I've done already with Break My Soul. It's one of those songs where I put it in a playlist where my parents can also listen to without having many problems. By the way, it's also my first Beyonce album. I've heard songs of her, but I've never heard an album before till now. So I decided to hand this a 7.5. Then we have Lil Simz with No Thank You. The Queen is Back, and what an album. I love Simz. I remember listening to Gray Area and being astonished by it, but then quickly forgetting about most of it. And then sometimes I might be an introvert was just bombastic. Album of the year contender, if not winner. I just forget which albums came out that year, so it's difficult to say if it is or not. This right here is again amazing. Is it inferior to Sometimes I Might Be an Introvert? Yeah. Do I care? No, I don't. I still enjoy this very much so. It is a very, very robust and powerful record. I went to her concert in November in my country here. And it was amazing. I actually loved it. The performance that she puts up is astonishing, to say the least. Like the energy that you have to have for that type of music, to perform it at that level, it's really good, and I loved it. I did come out of my comfort zone and started dancing and singing and screaming to the lyrics whenever I knew them. At the end, she did perform one of her songs from this record, and when I did listen to it in the album a couple weeks later, I actually felt pumped and happy listening to it. It felt better. Like the second listen did feel even more fulfilled than the first one, even though the first one felt more special. So I decided to give this a 8.5 out of 10. And then we have Weezer Season Autumn. This one right here is from September, and in my opinion, it's the best one of all. It seems corny at points, but I will be totally honest, it's still a great record. If this was my first Weezer record, it would be a good way to segue me into other of their records, to make me maybe a fan of it, or at least make me an enjoyer of them. So yeah, great record, 7. And then Weezer Season Winter. So yeah, the finale to the whole season EPs, to the season album. I'm not sure how they called it. So yeah, we had spring and summer before. Autumn was the last one that I just mentioned, and now winter. In my opinion, it's a weaker one. I feel like it would be third best, second worst if you want to count it that way. But I see the quality in it. I see that it has still the quality from the autumn one, or at least some things are still from there. But it falls flat at many places, and the corniness does seem to be more there. And it's just something there that really pushes me back from enjoying it a little bit more. So 6 for this one, and this is it. That's it for the albums. Now the song of the month, single of the month, and then just something real quick after that. But yeah, so song of the month for me, it's Lil Simz Gorilla. This was the song that she performed, and that's an astonishing song. Big highlight out of this album right here. I sometimes feel like this sound would fit into Sometimes I Might Be an Introvert. Maybe not conceptually or everything conceptually, but the sound just hits hard and hits as well as many songs on Sometimes I Might Be an Introvert. And then the single of the month for me is A$AP Rocky with Shitting Me. Like many other songs during the year, this was just fun to listen to. Like Baby No Money's song was to me, and like this one is again. It's just fun. Now I said that I wanted to say something, and that is that I want to share some things about this year when it comes to albums, because I put everything on an Excel spreadsheet just so I know what I listened to, and then when I listened to, when it was added, and then statistics and shit, just because I have no fucking life at all. So this year I did listen to 87 albums from 2022, and if you count those that came before this year, it would have been over 100, which is kind of astonishing from hindsight. I'm kind of happy that this happened, but I know it would be so much more if during during the second half, or even just May, June, July, if I did listen to more then, the number would be so much higher. But you know what? I'm happy with it. I don't mind it at all. In total, it's 26 genres, 75 artists. In total, it's 62 hours of music. So I believe, over 2 full days. And I gave one record a 10 out of 10. I'm not going to mention which one. You'll just wait for that in the top 10 albums video. I gave 3 9.5, a 7 and 9, 4 and 8.5. I'll just put it like here so you can see it better. But damn, it feels like I listen to a lot of good stuff and then stuff that I'm like, it's a fine. Anyways, I hope you did enjoy this. I hope you did like something of it. If not, then it's also not for everyone, you know. It's more for me so I can start doing something from time to time, not always stick like here and not do shit. But anyway, the video, you can already see it's 20 minutes long. This will take a long time to edit. I'll see ya in the next two videos.